Welcome in this week. We got a Roblox Giannis version of a Roblox character. Nike has this new partnership with Roblox. So I'm really excited about that after I saw that. Before we get started don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's the easiest way to get all my free fun videos coming out every single. Now let's get back to our Roblox Giannis. Start him off probably about the size of our hand, kind of going up this way. We'll do a kind of straight line on one side, straight line on the other side. Goes down to a curve a little bit. He's got kind of his sweatshirt, so it doesn't have to be kind of perfectly down here. It can be kind of a little bump on here, but then it goes straight up and straight up this way. Curves a little bit towards his head, or towards his hair, I should say. And then we'll give him a flat top of his head because he's got some kind of poofy hair on the top.
Okay, nice. I like that so far. Roblox heads are pretty similar to Lego heads.
I've done an older video with my son on Roblox characters. Roblox is just a cool, inventive game where you can kind of create your own almost...
Well, it seems to me a little bit like Minecraft, but I like the Legos aspect and the creation of the different characters and different outfits like Lego characters. So that's why I'm drawn towards it.
Let's add a little bit of his sweatshirt. We'll kind of do a bump over here and then a bump on this side, going in there. And then one arm will go over to this side a little bit wider, and then one to this side. So we got kind of him set up a little bit on this side, kind of like a flat top, and then a little bit poofy and messy.
Over here, kind of some bumpy lines can go on this side.
There we go, starting to look like Giannis now. The faces, I really like the animation on the faces. Obviously, you can do any kind of face that you want. But for his, Giannis is always smiling. He's in a pretty good mood on this one. So kind of a line down, smile, goes up on the other side, and then right straight across. And there, he looks pretty happy. They add a little bit of a line on this side. Makes it a little bit thicker on that side. No nose on here. We just got some little circles and then some eyebrows. So a little circle on this side, little circle on this side.
If you want to leave a little bit of white inside that, that'll make it look a little bit more like a highlight.
And then we'll give them some eyebrows. Thicker on one side and then goes a little bit thinner down to the side over here.
Same thing on the other side.
And on this side, he's gonna be holding his drink. So this arm will kind of come down this way, have a little bit of a curve to it where he's gonna hold it. So we'll do that kind of curved part of it. This one's gonna go over, he's gonna be spinning a basketball. Probably get ready to dunk it. He's kind of a dunker. Pretty much dunks everything and anything around the rim.
For those of you that don't know who Giannis is, world champion, MVP from my hometown, Milwaukee Bucks.
I'm super, super proud of. Of course, I got my Greek freak representing right on there. Okay, back to his arm. Kind of goes down a little bit. You want to keep a little of that kind of where the material kind of comes together like a V, and then pop it up a little bit. Then I'm going to think about how thick I want this sweatshirt to be. So just lightly, I'm going to do another kind of L shape over here so I can kind of get the thickness of how his arms are going to be over here. That one's going to go up as well, and then come down a little bit.
Up as well, and then come down a little bit.
Towards his sweatshirt. That would be the same on the other side. Kind of drink is gonna be over here. Sweatshirts kind of come down a little bit and then go out. That's gonna kind of round off right here and then go back up. Matches up pretty good. It's starting to look like a sweatshirt. Bring this line. Make it a little bit more defined on that elbow. Come up here and then angle across for his little sleeve or cuff on his sleeve. This one will then go kind of down and over, and then right on the side here. That'll connect together, and then now we can start his arm. Goes up and then over, down and over again, but I guess a little bit smaller on that side. Kind of gets that 3D effect. Up a little bit, you can kind of connect that over, so I guess you can go over and then up. And then this part is gonna be his big kind of claw on here. So we're kind of doing this shape next. Goes down and then over. Nice, I like that. Goes up a little bit higher over here. Back down. And then almost like a block letter U. Comes down, over, and back up. There we go, nice. If you want to make it look a little bit more 3D, you can add this little back part in here, and it adds a little bit of 3D to that part. That'll be shaded in. On top of that will be the basketball that he is spinning. So nice big circle. And then you can do your basketball. I always do a plus sign. I'll do a little diagonal one, plus sign. And then with
A curve on each side.
there we got our basketball. Oh, he's starting to look pretty good now. So we got him holding, in the picture, it's kind of like almost looks like a coffee, like a Starbucks, but I'm gonna try to turn that into like one of those Gatorade squeeze bottles, just with his logo on the front. Let's get the bottom of his sweatshirt down here. Kind of has that ribbing or elastic part of it. Goes out a little bit, and then right into the bottom of that. To the bottom of that drink. Visualize that kind of going up here and then to a kind of cylinder shape, but we're going to put that arm or that kind of claw right on there. Connect over here. We'll kind of have one little ring, and then the next one goes right over that, over to the bottom here, kind of like a backwards C. Goes out a little bit farther on this one. Comes up. And then angles right around his mug there. Went a little bit far on there. Erase that a little bit.
Okay, I like how that's looking. I'm gonna make sure that this kind of brings down so I can see that bottom of it. It has a little bit rounded edge there. Remember, we can always go over this in Sharpie just to kind of perfect it and make it look just right.
Okay, so then as this goes up here, it's gonna angle a little bit over. And then will be kind of that nozzle part of it. So that kind of goes over here. And then the same thing on the opposite side. Goes kind of up and over. That looks pretty good, but we gotta get the other side of his hand kind of grabbing. So that we'll start with a line going over, really, really thin. And then down, comes out a little bit further on this side, and goes up back to that angle. Makes it look like he's actually kind of grabbing. There we go, looking nice. And then we just gotta connect this down to the bottom here. Makes it look a little bit more like a soda can until we get to this top part of it. It's got kind of a ribbed design, so I'm gonna go up a little bit and over across, and then it's got little lines on here, and then a little drinking nozzle on the top, so he can get his water and get his energy. Oh, and as always, I forgot to hit my little record button while I'm sitting here talking to what it seemed like nobody. So I did my Nike symbol. I tried to match it up almost like the hooded sweatshirt over here. When I do my Nike symbols, I kind of do that curve first. Goes really, really close to the water bottle over here. Gets really skinny on this side.
And then gets a little bit bigger, till it goes right, curves back up.
Kind of towards his mouth or his face up there. And then what I was just talking about was trying to line up a little freak on there. I also put a little lines down at the bottom down there. So let's go through that real quick. Right, there we go. We got Giannis all outlined, but of course he is missing some color. So I got to break out my Bucks basketball, one of my favorite balls, and let's do a little magical powers here. Here we go, and bam! There it is, just like that. How cool is that? I got Giannis, the Roblox version Giannis in here in Milwaukee, downtown. Got the Bucks Stadium and the championship trophy up there, his MVP. It just looks awesome. I had a lot of fun with this, if you can't tell. As always, this is Mr. Shooty. This is Mr. Shooty's art channel, and we'll talk to you guys later.